recording as well.
Okay. Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Grand Rising Elizabeth Wealth Building Wednesday. It is August the 21st, 2024. We in the middle of the week, and I know that everything is all well and everything is working out for everyone. How you doing? How you doing today? I am so excited today. It's been a wonderful and amazing week. Um, been really working on our personal development. I'm excited that we're still on our journey. This is the third month. We started in June, July, August. We're in our third month of our $1 Million Morning Challenge. The success is in the routine. And so a lot of people have been really, truly elevating in this particular area. It has been challenging from some. But if you're not where you want to be, a lot of times you just need to look at your routine. What does your routine look like? What does your daily routine look like? Your weekly routine look like? Your monthly routine? So the success is in the routine. And this is 2024, and we are truly manifesting more. Okay? Everyone knows that I love to start off our show with a million or $1 billion success story. Now, this is one I've never done before because everyone is actually familiar with Oprah Winfrey. But out of all the stories that I have talked about, this is one I have not spoke about, is Oprah Winfrey. So I am going to share her success story. As a child, Oprah Winfrey wore potato sacks because clothing did not always fit into the budget of her poverty-stricken family. Before she became a media mogul and the queen of daytime TV, Winfrey suffered a tumultuous childhood. She was shuffled between family members, spending her first few years on her grandmother's farm in rural Mississippi while her unwed teenage mom looked for work, according to the Academy of Achievement. When her grandmother fell ill, 6-year-old Winfrey was sent to live with her mother in a Milwaukee boarding house, where she would not only grow up around extreme poverty, but also endure years of sexual and physical abuse. She was raped for the first time at age 9 by her 19-year-old cousin. It would be the first of several episodes. At age 14, Winfrey broke free and went to live with her dad in Nashville, Tennessee, where her success would start to take course. The stable and education-centered environment he created allowed her to thrive academically and socially at East Nashville High School, where she became an honor roll student and was voted the most popular girl in her class. It was in East Nashville High where she discovered her passion for media. She joined the speech team and worked for a local Black radio station after school. She then landed a job hosting the then stagnant morning talk show AM Chicago. Within a few months, Winfrey turned AM Chicago from the lowest rated talk show into Chicago to the highest rated one. 3 years later, the show would be renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show. Today, Forbes estimates Winfrey's net worth at $3 billion, and she is the only Black woman on the publication list of the 400 richest people in America. She flies in her own 42 million custom designed Global Express XRS jet. Her impressive real estate portfolio includes a 52 million estate in California, where she nicknamed the Promised Land. a 15,000 square foot duplex in Chicago, a farmhouse in Kula, Hawaii, 63 acres of land near Maui's Hamel Beach, a vacation home on the shore of Antigua, a shore home in Lavellette, New Jersey, a ski villa in Telluride, Colorado, and a home in Douglasville, Georgia. Winfrey also has given hundreds of millions of dollars to charity, mostly directed towards three foundations: the Angel Network, the Oprah Winfrey Foundation, and the Oprah Winfrey Operating Foundation. Through these foundations, Oprah Winfrey has become one of the biggest givers in the world. I declare that we are all success stories in the name of Jesus. We are all truly success stories. And so, I just went on to decide to go ahead and do the one on Oprah Winfrey, because she does have a magnificent story. She is a African American woman, and if she can do it, we can do it as well. One of the things the success stories do tell us that with diligence, we all will get our time and chance. We just cannot give up. We just have to stay in the game. Okay. And I'm excited. I have a wonderful and amazing guest that I met through all these different pop-ups that we do. And she was very inspirational. Love her setup, love what she's done, and she's staying in the game. And she's at work, so she only can stay with us for a half an hour. So I want to welcome Akila Williams. She is the owner of Moonlight Minerals. Moonlight, did I get it right, Akila?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So go ahead, Akila. Tell us a little bit about you and about your business.
Well, Grand Rising, everyone. I want to say thank you so much for inviting me. So currently, I work full time with the city of Southfield in the HR department. But when I'm not doing that, I'm working on my business, Moonlight Minerals, which I founded in April of 2022. I started with my first pop-up. I have this little card table. I had a couple bracelets on there. And now if you look at my setup, you're like, what in the world is this monstrosity? But yeah, I make beaded bracelets. Each color has a different meaning. So I developed a crystal colors meanings guide. So with with each bracelet, you'll get a mini version of that to kind of explore what those colors mean to you. I also sell crystals and I make wire wrap necklaces. I do custom designs, different things. I've always been a creative person, and just through my art, whether it's through my jewelry or my music, I teach piano or whatever it is I'm doing. I always try to remain positive and encourage others. In addition to that, on my website. My website is www.aquilaandthebeads.com. I will throw that in the chat for you all. I'm also on Instagram at moonlight.minerals248. And that's across pretty much all platforms, Facebook, YouTube, um, TikTok. And so, and talk. Here's my website. Um, Currently, you can find my jewelry in probably 10 different stores. So, for example, Pillar and Pride in Detroit, the Myers Woodward Corner Market in Royal Oak, um, Hazel Park Cafe, it's a cafe in Hazel Park. I also have a display on the east side of Detroit at Morningside Cafe. Uh, and there's others sprinkled around there, but those are the main ones that I usually have fully stocked. And in addition to that, I was segueing into I've done over, it has to be over 80 shows by now. It pales in comparison to LaKeisha because she does this all the time, but I've always worked full time, so I kind of squeezed in my um, shows on the weekends. And through that process, I found, I don't know if any other of you are business owners, but I found that there's a lot of things that I wasn't very happy with in the pop-up scene. I scammed a couple times. There's people out here who pretend to be someone who they're not to collect vendor fees. And there's legitimate people out here, but they don't have the vendor's interest at heart. So they charge hundreds of thousands of dollars and there's no traffic, things like that. So through that process, I created a group called Detroit Vendor Collective. We're a nonprofit and we're on Facebook. So I'll drop that in the chat. If you just search groups, it's Detroit Vendor Collective on Facebook. And that's just a safe space where basically um, I post current business resources. For example, last night, Chase and Operations School did a collaboration and they talked about budgeting for your business. So anything that comes across my desk, I try to post in there. We started a town hall essentially. It's a Zoom meeting. Our first one is this Friday at 12 o'clock. And so if you join our Facebook group or you follow us on Facebook page, I'll post it there, where we could just talk as vendors and talk about things we're dealing with, the struggles, the successes, give each other pointers and tips and things like that, wherever you are in your business journey. And so, yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I encourage you all to connect with me via Facebook or Instagram, or even just you want to just call me. I'm available for chat. And so I'll pass it back over to you, LaKeisha.
Okay. All right. So, your website was different than the website that I was looking at the other day. I think it was Moonlight. It was a different website than this, but it still
Oh,
had
okay, it's
and
the
a
same
jury
thing.
and different things like that.
Yeah.
So you say your business started um in 2 years and you already in stores. Okay.
Mhm.
How was that journey? 2 years
Oh, yeah.
and you already in stores. Like some people just dream, like, I really want to get my products in different stores. How do I do that? Like, how? Because were you nervous when you first? What was that journey like to get your products in
Yeah.
stores? To say, you know what? What made you decide to get your stones and your jewels in stores opposed to just focusing on customers? Like, what prompted you to do that?
Well, honestly, it was simply, ooh, if I could just make money while I sleep. It's a slightly selfish thought, but that was my thought process. And I wanted to reach a wider audience as well. I wanted people to see my work when I'm not, out doing pop-ups. But that process, it really sparks through relationships. I encourage everyone to get a mentor or a coach in your particular area. I was popping up at Phantasma Marketplace, which is the Hispanic, it's DHDC, Detroit Hispanic. I forgot the rest of it, but it's a nonprofit and they encourage vendors to come to vend on Fridays. And Anita, who works there, she was doing a CEO, uh, it was like side hustle to CEO class. And so I attended that class. I got to know her. She provides free coaching, business coaching to people. And she emailed me this roadmap to retail event at the Myers there in Royal Oak. So I snuck off work and went to this event. And it pretty much changed my life because the gentleman there that was speaking, he's part of the LGBTQ Chamber of Commerce, and he gave us all encouragement on we should be persistent. So I spoke to the retail manager there and the store manager, and they wanted me to get my jewelry in there. Mind you, it was not an easy process because I had to be persistent. When I tell you I was stalking these people, I was emailing, I was calling, because when you're dealing with large retailers, they see hundreds of vendors every day. So you have to find a way to make your product stand out and be unique. And so I finally was able to connect with them. And once I did that, it was just a matter of relationships, keeping up with those relationships. And when you're in one store, it's easier to kind of get the confidence to move on to the next store and even approach cold calling like, hey, my name is so and so. I'm a new business owner in the area. I think my products would be a great addition and offering to your customers. Have yourself a price list, samples, and just go in there. Just walk in the store and introduce yourself. And that's pretty much how I got all my relationships, is literally just walking into the store and building those relationships. You know, as they say, you have, in order to build something successful, you have to build relationships with people, because, it's a two-way street. Oh yeah, that's website. But yeah, so that's pretty much how that journey started. And I do want it to expand, but you have to also be aware of your time and how much you can put out. I met a gentleman the other day. He's in 61 stores. And he's retired, so he has the time to put in all that effort. And he gave me the same advice, building those relationships with people, right? You have to build those relationships. As you can see on the screen, I was downtown at the Spirit of Detroit. So if you're a vendor, I encourage you to become a licensed vendor with the city of Detroit. Like we would vend at the Spirit during the weekends, during the summer. We would have access to like Jazz in the Park. I did that last year. And so if you're popping up, do your research. I encourage you to connect with people and have those conversations. Please do your research, because you'll be out here spending thousands of dollars and not making any money back. So whoever you decide to vend with, make sure they're legitimate, and you ask those questions like, how many people are going to be there? How often have you done this event? What are you doing to advertise for this event? What are you providing the vendors? Is it just a space? Is it a tent? When do I set up? When do I tear down? Can I leave early? Will you let me leave early? Because when I tell you, I'm slightly going on a rant here. If I see
No,
that,
good.
if
No,
I
that's
see
good
that,
stuff.
yeah, if I see that the traffic is low, I have no problem packing up and leaving. I have no problem, because time is money. I could be at home making bracelets instead of sitting out here at 95-degree weather sweating with no profit. So yeah, don't be scared. If you see that it's not worth your time, pack it up. But anyway, that's a little bit more about myself and my journey. So yeah.
Joy has a question.
Yeah, what's your question, Joy?
Yeah, you have some beautiful jewelry. I see that are you still in Savananda in Atlanta?
Yes, that's
How
another one
long
that
how long have you
how
been?
long I've
Hmm.
oh, it's been since this year, probably
Okay.
early spring of this year.
Okay.
So this is a funny story. So last year, I actually lost my job. And so I was trying to, okay, this is my time to focus on my business, right? So I flew down to Atlanta. They had a networking event through Luminary. Luminary is an amazing uh, networking group of women. And so they had their space, they had their summit at the Gathering Spot in Atlanta. And so when I was there, my cousin actually told me about that store. And so I went in there and I talked to the manager and I was like, yeah, I have bracelets, blah, blah, blah. This was last December. And he's like, oh, this will be perfect for our store, blah, blah, blah. I reached out to him via email. Come to find out I had the wrong email this whole time. So I called. He's like, yeah, I remember you. And so that's how I was able to connect with him. And I just shipped a new shipment actually not too long ago, a bracelet. So even when you're out of town, just moseying along, build those relationships with stores if you're interested in getting your products in stores.
Wow. So that's amazing.
Ma-
So,
Mama Evelyn has her hand up as
oh,
well.
okay. Mama Evelyn.
Hi, Grand Rising. Keela, when you uh in the do the stores buy your bracelets outright and they get a discount if they, of course you give them a wholesale price. And do they buy it from you outright and then that way you don't have this
Right.
paper trail? So what is your setup with that? Because for
Right.
me, I haven't ventured out into stores yet and I haven't asked yeah. But I do have, if someone orders some earrings from me custom, there's the price of the earrings and then they get 25% off of that. And that's my wholesale price. That's how I do it, you know.
Yeah.
So how do you?
Yeah. So it depends on the store. So for example, for Myers, I do it wholesale. So I make sure whatever price I set, I still make a profit, and then I just give them the price, and they set their retail price. And it's bulk, so they order like 26 bracelets, right? Versus Hazel Per Cafe, it's a co-signment deal, so they take 20%, I take home 80%, and I price it. Whereas I still make that profit, and they still make some type of profit, right? Versus I'm at All Things Marketplace. Hers is set in stone, like I think it's 60/40, right? So I don't have too much stuff over there, but I still make a little something. But then it's that name, Jennifer, ask Jennifer, say, hey, my stuff is with Ask Jennifer, that type of thing. So it just depends what they're offering. But if it's someone who hasn't dealt with vendors before, then you can set that standard. Hey, would you like to, um, uh, here's my price list. Would you agree to that? You could also negotiate. I've had negotiating options with people, things like that. So it's really just having that conversation and what's best for you and that person, a win-win situation.
Because I know at times I've had um just some things that I've made. It wasn't necessarily earrings, but the place would want like would want 50%, and I'm like, no,
Mhm.
50% of me, no,
No,
that's not
absolutely
working.
not.
So yeah, like, yeah. So okay, well, thank you very much. And
Yeah, you're welcome.
you said they're Fridays. Where is that? Could you put that location? I would just like.
Yeah, let me share the Zoom meeting link.
And while she's doing that, I think also, my opinion, Evelyn, to have just like a guideline, like what's your minimum order quantity? For instance, our deodorant,
Right.
our minimum order quantity is 12. Like you have to purchase 12 products. Now, after a person has bought from us several times, like so if they're out of the water station had called it, you called and said, hey, people are asking for the lavender and jasmine. We're out of the lavender jasmine. He still had on his shelf a few of the other deodorants. And I just allowed him to just go ahead and buy what he needed. I didn't necessarily say, hey, because he's been a consistent customer. Hey, give him what he need a 7, so he got 7. But originally, everybody's going to be different. And so I feel like you just follow your intuition about that. I think and then having a website, I think is very important too, to have to have something for them to look at. I do know that you make a lot of custom items. Do you make a lot of custom items, Akila? Or do you have items also that you can purchase or repurchase all the time?
Yeah, so I have a combination. So if it's a custom order, it's usually people who, hey, can you make this? And I'm like, yes, like I just made a necklace for a gentleman, and then he just keeps asking me for the same thing, but a variation of it. And then I have certain items that are standard, like my tiger's eye and lava stone bracelet. Like men eat that up like candy. So I make sure to have a lot on hand. But yeah, it just depends. People ask for certain things and I just make it for them. Like I had a gentleman asking for crystal cufflinks. So I had to do my research to make some cufflinks. So yeah, it just depends on what the customer wants.
Yeah, that's good. Because, I think it's really, really good to have custom. But I think when you want to go to the retail store, some may just want different custom things and different things that are different. But when you do the custom, can you do like the same custom all the time? They like that same custom?
Yeah. So it just depends, if they let's see. If it's a bracelet, for me that's really easy. Just change out the beads. But that person, maybe they have a specific wrist size, so I take note of that. So it's easier for me to replicate that depending on what it is.
Well, I'm speaking on like the retail stores, like getting the items in the more so in the retail
Okay.
stores. Do you more so give them different custom items in the retail stores, or do you
I see
typically
what you're saying.
you give them?
So so for example, my bracelets, I have chips, I have different size beads, but they always want a set amount. So they kind of let me have creative control on what bead variation I use, but they always order the same amount. So 26 bracelets, um, some of those are 10 millimeter beads, some are 8 millimeter, some are 6 millimeter, but they don't care, what colors I use. So that's where I have the creative control.
They love your quality, so they're
Right,
comfortable with the quality of work that you are
right.
delivering. Now, when you first stepped out, were you nervous? Like, were you nervous to go to
Yeah,
the first store?
yeah.
Okay, but you did it
Yeah,
anyway.
my heart was beating out of I did it anyway. Look, it's like that's giving you the adrenaline and to do what you got to do. Because once you knock on that first door and you get a yes, your confidence is through the roof. You're like, oh, I got one store. It's easier to go down the line and like, oh my gosh. So quick story time. I called. I don't know if you're all familiar with Holiday Market. But I called and they're a grocery store and I said, well, these are the products I offer. She's like, well, we're a grocery store. And I was like, I'm in Myers. Like that's how confident I was. And yeah, they didn't call me back. It's fine. But I'll probably call them later. But you still have to have that confidence even when they tell you no, because eventually you'll get a yes. So yeah.
You took the words right out of my mouth, because you can't keep pursuing your dream and keep pursuing your dream, or keep knocking on doors and keep knocking on doors, and you don't eventually get a yes. you know um Once you are able to get in one store, now you can name drop, so it becomes even a
Right.
lot easier, because okay, well, I'm in Zerbos and I'm also in
Right.
Zerbos, I'm in, and so people say, okay, well, they're in, in those stores, then it gets easier and easier. But one of the things, I just want to, encourage everyone, because this is some amazing people here who have just started their business. And you have to do it in fear, anyway. Despite of how you feel, you have to do it anyway. And the only person that's stopping you is you. Even if you get a no, it's not gonna kill you, because you gotta know. Okay, so you gotta know that's part of the game. You ain't gonna get yeses the whole every time. It would be great. I mean, it's a possibility now. But don't let that no, discourage you. Don't let the no discourage you. I don't care what business that you're in, you know, you just have to keep on, pushing on. Now, I'm into crystals and I love crystals. I love to display how you were displaying, how your bracelets was on top of certain crystals. I thought that was like really cool because some of the bracelets that you have certain energies and have certain meanings behind it, and then you also have them on top of you know crystals. So can you tell us a little bit about crystals, the power, like what made you get into crystals and stones?
Yeah. So, I took this crystals for beginners class. I was bored one day and took the class. It was at Laurel Park Mall at Rock Your World. And so she was, discussing about how crystals have different energy, and she talked about grid work and different things. Now, for me personally, I think of crystals as like tea. If you're feeling kind of you drink some green tea and that kind of makes you feel better. Um, some people take it to the extreme. I'm not that that deep into it. I just feel like, for example, clear quartz is very purifying. I have one on my desk actually at work, so if I'm feeling a little, anxious, I'll hold it and it kind of, centers me a little bit. Um, so for me, it's really about understanding the properties of crystals and how I can incorporate them in my environment. It's not something that I truly believe in, so to speak. I don't cast spells or any of that nonsense because I am a Christian by faith. So I feel I treat them as like a cup of tea or a walk in the park or something that's in my I guess you could say healing box or coping um, toolkit when you're stressed and you just need something to kind of center yourself. And you can wear them, you can, hold them. I have some on, my plants, different things. And for example, with rose quartz, that's really good for relationships and love, and if you have children or lava stone is very grounding. So just going through my journey, having those bracelets, wearable, I call it wearable art with you. And it's a conversation starter. I've had people stop me and say, "Oh, what's that?" And then we have this conversation, and then we just have a positive interaction, which is always great, right? Having those positive interactions with people is just always brightens my day. And so that's how I look at it, as something that's positive to add positivity to my
Okay. We was talking about building relationships. We were talking about building relationships. How important is it to you that we build solid relationships on our journey? It's natural living by design. I didn't say at the beginning, that I am one of the proud owners of Natural Living by Design. My amazing, wonderful business partner Barbara Woodard is online with us today. Say hi, Miss Barbara. She jumped around. So
Oh,
you're
you're on
on
mute.
Grand Rising, everyone.
So on the business, journey, it's become, really more prevalent that building relationships is truly key, and even building relationships with other business owners. Like, I feel like building relationships with other business owners, they understand the journey, they understand the things that go along with, entrepreneurship, and they tend to support you a lot, like a lot. And I just think that that's just, amazing. So it's because you built these relationships with other vendors that you started your nonprofit organization, Akila.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I would be at an event and it would be slow, and then I would just walk around and talk to other vendors, which is crucial because I find out about other events that they've done in the past that are successful, and that's another way that I find out about events. Is just talking to other vendors. If there's something that I want to do in my business, I share it with them, and they may have already done it, and that's just easier for me to understand the process. Or there's something that I've done that they, want to do, and I could share that with them as well.
Yeah. Evelyn has her hand up.
For anybody who may have the information, it just crossed my mind. Uh, is there a resource, or is there, because I just thought, is there an event or a Zoom meeting or something that we could put together to for us to introduce our products to business owners, that like a meet and greet, meet the like meet Natural Living by Design by people who own stores, who own businesses, who may want your products in their store, a place for them to peruse, uh like shopping for vendors for their stores. That's an idea. I don't know, it just popped in my head.
I don't know if you have any information regarding that, Akila, but on Facebook, there are a lot of groups, business groups, that will allow you to come on, to introduce yourself, to talk about your business, sometimes even showcase your business. They're like, okay, this is the time, everybody showcase your business. It's an opportunity for people to know who you are, opportunity for you to follow and like them, and them do the same. Like, I'm gonna look while we're on here, see if I can find this one group. She's very, very good with allowing you to share your business. It's a lot of groups that you can go on that tell you about different vending events also. That's how I will find a lot of vending events, because I will go on those sites on Facebook, and they'll tell you about all the different vending events, that's going around. Akila made a good, I guess after you do these vending events so often, which will help any and every business, because people like to meet the owner. Like Sister Deidre, you have, amazing and unique business. It's in the health and wellness space. A vending event, will definitely help you get out there and people to know who you are. Like me also being a life insurance agent, I know that I can't be a secret agent. Like I have to tell people what it is that I do. I can't be a secret agent. I have to be like, hey. So if I did not have a customer to see that day, I can't make money sitting in my house. So guess what? I would go out. I'm like, okay, I gotta go to Dollar General. So I'm bringing my business cards. I'm gonna at least pass my business card out to 5 or 6 people before I come back home. I just made it a habit. If I see a baby, hey, how you? Oh, your baby looks so good. I'm an insurance lady, and I would give out my card, because you cannot be a secret agent. Like you have to tell people what it is that you do. How many people? This resonated to me last month when my mentor said, how many people did you ask to buy your product today? How many people did you ask to buy your product? Mm-hmm. That was profound. I'm like, okay, And I think about that often. Keisha, how many did you go on Facebook? Did you at least post a video? Did you at least say, hey, talk about your product? How many people have you asked to buy your product today? So we have an amazing ecosystem here in Detroit. And welcome iPhone 2, iPhone, welcome Marine, Sharonda, Stacy, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad that you're here. You know, I let this person kind of damper me. And and we can't allow what other people think of us or think stop you from doing what it is that you want to do. I do have a video later. Maybe we'll be able to see it today. It's like 10 minutes that would like to share later. But I would like Akila to kind of still give us some good tips, because you gave some really, really good tips when you're doing these events. Don't be scared to ask those questions. How are you marketing? Like, they are very good. And so Akila made a good point when she says, if there is not, so our mindset is just a little bit different. So she said, if I'm not making any money, I'm leaving and I'm going because my time is valuable. Okay. And so I feel the same way she does. I spent X amount of dollars, where it's $75, $100, $65. And my time is valuable too. And my money that I spent. So I'm not packing up and leaving. I'm going to maximize all opportunities. Yes, the money is important. I'm not saying that it's not important. However, passing out your business cards, going, talking to the vendors, getting some additional, information, talking to them like, hey, can you follow me? If I can at least get you to follow me, it wasn't a waste of time. If I can get, how many people can I get to follow me? Okay, it's 25, 30. Now I done gained 30 more followers.
Mhm.
That's just as important as the money, to get the people to follow you so they'll know who you are, to talk to get other business cards and get other people to add to your list, your marketing list to add. Now you got emails, now you got phone numbers, now you got more people who you can follow up with, and talk to. Can I get them at least take a picture with my sign? Even if can you take a picture of my sign? Hey, picture of my sign. I mean, maximize everything. And so there's so many people. So that was really good, Akila, because there's so many people who say, oh, I ain't made no money. I ain't made no money. I ain't, Then sometimes it may be a reason why you didn't make no money. Was you just sitting behind your table and just letting people walk by? Or were you standing up in front of your table and saying, hey, it's time to perform when you at these events? You can't just
Absolutely.
You can't just sit here and be like, okay, I be seeing them fiddling on their phone. People walking about. It has been many times that I had stood in front of my table and said, hey, how you do? They would have walked right by my table if I had not said anything. And because I said something, they purchased and they bought, the majority of them. So I just wanted to say that, Akila, because I hear a lot of people say, I didn't make no money. We never come out and say, we don't make no money. We always do really good. And then to also have different price points, pretty much, for everybody. And even if you're just there for information, like Deidre, I'm not quite for sure if you actually have products or you just have the services, but just being there and getting the names, you can follow up. Joy, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on what you said. Money is quick energy. Money is fast moving, and you definitely have to network. And when you're networking, just because you're not making money at it, you're learning something from it. You can't look at it as being something negative. And there's so many things out here that we can get involved in, all kind of networking, especially online. I mean, I did a speed network the other day, and I never did that. It was so unique. and you had a minute or two to show your product and talk about your product. And I met so many other new people from other walks of life. You just never know who knows who and who connects to who. They say we're 7 degrees of separation. So 7 degrees, we're 7 people away from knowing Michelle Obama. Literally. You have to think about the 7 people. That's nothing. And it's just networking. You never know what door can open for you when you network. I just wanted to.
Yeah, when you network, and then the focus can't totally be just money.
Right.
Like, I think when that's just your focus, then you wind up being disappointed. But when you're able to come out with other things, because other things may turn into money later.
And it's building relationships. Right. It's building relationships, just like I met all you all, building relationships.
And you just never know. It might not be no money right now, but you don't know later. And then I just have to believe my energy and my attention when I come, because it could be that one person. It was one time we was at a vendor event, and like, we didn't make a lot of money. We didn't make a lot, but one customer came. One customer came and spent over $200. Just that one, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. You just got to believe that, okay, something, I don't care about what everybody else. Somebody gonna come, they're gonna purchase, they're gonna, and they're gonna follow you, and then they're gonna like you, then they're gonna tell other people. So, but there are people who do pack up and leave. But I just wanted to say, there's other things that you can do, because you spent your money there, you spent your time. So at least, can I get some pictures? People that's showing people are working with you, people are communicating with you, people are like, do every person that take a picture with my sign purchase? No. But do everybody else know that? They don't know that. They do. So they matching them by the time. They might have just spent money elsewhere, just didn't have enough. But they typically come, and buy. So I just wanted to say that. I hope that was valuable for those who do vendor events. Doing them a lot, like Akila said, you learn to ask those tough questions. How are you marketing? How are you marketing? Are you marketing this event? Or because that's important, because like Akila said, you spent your money. You know what I'm saying? You're not here to just, but it's not just their responsibility either. It's not just the person who given the event their responsibility to just market the event. If everyone participate and work as a unit, as one, more people will come. Hey, this is where I'm going to be. This is where I'm going to be. And if everybody do that, it would help. It's not just their responsibility. So whenever you're at an event, you should allow people to know what event that you're going to be at. I've had customers follow us at different events that we're going to, oh, I saw that you was going to be here, so I came. Do that always happen? No. But has it happened? Yes. At least give them the option to, to come. Now, Kayla, do you share when you go to the different events? Do you share and let people know where you're going to be?
Yeah, so I definitely post in my stories a lot. The day before, the week before, I post on. I'm more active on Instagram than anything, and then it kind of travels over to my Facebook. At one point, I was texting people, calling people. If you have the time, have you a running list. If you have an email list or email blast, call. I'm an introvert, so I really don't like calling people. But if you're so inclined, I encourage you to call people. Say, hey, I'm going to be here next week, or hey, I'm going to be over here. And I've had people show up because I contacted them directly. DM people. Doing those things really shows people, hey, oh, she really out here. Maybe I'll come out one day and support. You never know. I had a guy the other day. He just cashed at me $20. He's like, I always wanted to support your business. I'm like, oh, thank you. You never know. Just reaching out to people and talking to them, what they'll do.
What is your favorite stone?
Oh man. I guess it depends on the season. right now, I would probably say rose quartz. I have made this rose quartz bracelet, and I've been hanging on to it for quite a while. It just depends on what mood I'm in, but rose quartz, amethyst, um, blue lace agate, uh, clear quartz. It's just all of them, really. All of them. It just depends on what I'm feeling, you know.
Well, as I was
Uh,
going through my stash and organizing to what was I making? I don't know. Anyway, I realized I have a lot of labradorite. I have
oh
several
yeah,
different
labradorite is
stones of
beautiful.
labradorite. I'm like, oh goodness, let me get some more stones in here. Do you?
Yeah, and it's like you'll slowly, huh?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying you'll start to notice what's in your collection. You'll have more of one type, and you'll like, oh, that must be my favorite because I have all of it.
I like pyrite too. I like pyrite. Yeah. And the lava stone that you have on your bracelets, yeah, yeah. I don't think anything for men. I think I should maybe do something for men. I'm not sure what. Men that wear earrings, but I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you'll be surprised. Yeah. I just want to say thank you, LaKeisha, for inviting me. I actually have to head back to work, but I did post my Instagram in the chat as well as the Facebook event for our Detroit Vendor Collective Town Hall is Friday at 12, the Zoom meeting. So hopefully I'll see you all there. If not, just follow me on Instagram. Facebook, I'm Aquila Beads, Beads. That's my Facebook profile there.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your insight and letting us know that it is capable to get your products in stores. So it's doing something different. And so I just say thank you so much, Aquila. I appreciate you so much and thank you for the valuable information that you shared.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a good day,
Thank you for
everyone.
coming. You
Yeah.
have a great
And we're,
day.
and we're proud of your success. We're excited about your success.
Thank you.
You are now in Elizabeth.
Awesome.
Okay.
Bye.
Hey, peace.
So, I think, doing things that's different that not everybody is doing. I like doing things that everybody is not doing. Everybody is selling to customers, but I do like the fact everybody not trying to be a supplier. Everybody's not, going into getting into the stores. And it's okay because it's about multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income. Don't just be open. Just be open to the possibility because you don't want to close what the universe may be trying to give you because we just oh, I don't want to. But if it comes easily and effortlessly and the opportunity, once you position yourself, then things will open up. You know how they say once once the student ready, the teacher will appear. That's typically what happens, but we do have to set ourselves up. I love talking about Dietra because you know she's an older young lady and she's still working on her dreams. Like she started her business, and I'm just like, yeah, you know because it's not over till it's over. Sometimes we reach a certain age and we think that we can't change our income. Yeah, you can change your income. As long as you wake up every day, you can change your situation. And next Wednesday, I'm definitely want to show this one young lady. I've seen her before, but I didn't really know her name, and she's really good about the importance of, even though we know about the words that we speak, but also of like what we think and our subconscious mind, and how I was like, wow, she just break it down to where you really understand it, because I never looked at your subconscious mind is on record all the time. It's
Mm.
on record all the time. and it deals with your feelings. It deals with your feelings, and it has a duty. Like, she's so good, so I can't wait to to introduce her um, to everyone. Anybody have any questions or anything like that? What's going on with your business? What's going on? Any good news? What's going on? Lila, you always have something going on. Is your play coming up? Or did we miss it? Did I miss it?
It's it passed, but there are going to be some other opportunities that arise from that. I think it was great practice for me. I don't belittle anything that I do. Um, so I think it was great to say I've been in a movie, I've been in a play, and now I can open myself up to bigger opportunities that are paying and other things. So, more to come. I'll let y'all know.
Okay, that's so awesome and amazing, and to have that, that attitude. That's just something else to add to your, to add to what you're doing. So
Thank you, LaKeisha, for reminding me. Reminding me of that. Yeah, I'm committed to positioning myself to being in some stores in the area.
yeah,
Thank you. Thank you,
you.
LaKeisha, for just hosting this today, because I have a vendor event on Saturday and I'm very excited now. I'm like, oh okay, it don't matter about, just like you said, even if people don't buy anything, I'm going to get out and network and all that good stuff. So thank you.
yes, and let them get to know who you are. Like, sometimes it takes 3 touch points before someone will even buy from you. They want to feel you out, see what you're doing, and just focus on what you want. Like, money just not everything. Like, get the information. You there to share your information. Make sure
Yes.
you get their information. A lot of times, don't wait for them to follow up with you. They say the fortune is in the follow-up. So you make sure, if they don't follow up with you, you follow up with them. Because people attention is good, but sometimes they lose your information. They've been meaning to do it, but they didn't do it. And if they gave you their information, then it's okay. Just go ahead. Hey, I met you at, and
Right. Yes, thank you.
build that relationship, because you more so informational. Because I'm not for sure. Do you have any products to actually sell?
I do. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, yes. Go now, girl, go ahead and just do your thing when you
I
go.
know it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, we see the Grand Rising Elizabeth tomorrow show. Okay, what we got? Oh no, Friday show. What's coming up on Friday? It's Friday show.
Oh, wow. We have Eldana is coming back again. She's doing some other things, and she's going to share. So that's what's going on Friday. So I want you all to tune in. Sometimes people are quiet and they're closed in. She's a quiet sister, But boy, when she's ready to come out, she got some stuff for us to hear. So I want you to come out on Friday. And also, vending at the Hug Detroit, which is this Sunday, is only $35. Um, it's going to be pretty big. They got a lot of dignitaries coming out. The horse show is really big. I didn't realize how big that thing is until we mapped out the land, and then he shared all the things that's going to be going on and the competitions and $500 winning and stuff like that. And if you have your cowboy cowgirl outfits on, you can compete for $100 and 75 and 50. So yeah, get in, let me know.
You have a
Let me
flyer?
know.
Do you have a
Huh?
flyer you can share? Do you have
You
a
can
flyer?
I do, and I will post that. But if you go to hugdetroitday.com, there, yeah, there's the flyer for the horse equestrian. Uh-huh.
And
So
what time does it start?
it starts at 12 till 8. We got
It says
Steve,
1 to 8.
1 to 8.
1 to 8.
Oh, okay. It should be, well,
12.
12 is praise and worship, yeah. But that
Okay,
should,
well, yeah, I'm gonna be there at like 10.
yeah, yeah.
because-
And we got bouncy. You got 2 of them for the children. We got games. We got hula hoops. We got like I said, Steve Soul Food is going to be there. I got to get my vegan girls over there as well. So it's going to be a whole bunch of fun. Yeah, and if you're going to be a vendor, make sure you bring your own tent. We thought that the big tent was still going to be up, but when we got there, they had taken that down. So bring your tents and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I don't have a tent.
I got one, boo. I got 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome, awesome. I want to say it's 10:01. I would like to say thank you so much for showing up at Wealth Building Wednesday. I hope the information that Akila shared was, helpful. I love the questions and everything, and I'm so excited about your success. You can change your situation. You're not stuck in nothing. The God that we serve there's always a way out. You may not want to be a multimillionaire, but you may just need to increase your income by $1,000, $500, $10,000, whatever it is. You can do it. You just got to focus on what it is that you want. Be consistent. Have a successful routine and go ahead and do it, do it, do it. Because he gave you everything you need to be successful in life. With that, let's give ourselves a hug. I love to kiss myself, and I love me some me. And let's hug the world because we love the world too. We love the world too. The world needs our love. And let's just sprinkle peace, love, and happiness amongst everyone. And I declare that today is going to be a wonderful and amazing day on purpose. Bye.
Peace
Peace.
out.
Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.